guys, Sandra here from Createinspain. As you may know, if you've watched one of my recent videos, I was given a whole load of stamp sets by Beebeecraft. And the one problem is, lovely stamp sets, but there's no die cuts for them. And I wanted to be able to mask off some of these stamps. For example, I've got a whole load of animals here, and I thought it would be really fun to be able to mask them off and be able to make more use of them by doing that. So what I would normally do is stamp my images, scan them in, and so on and so forth. And I started doing that, and then I thought, what are you doing, you complete idiot? Because to scan in a stamped image is actually far more difficult, because ink, no matter how you're stamping it up, is not going to be pure black, complete, wonderful lines by the time the scanner looks at it. There is a solution to this. If you have a stamp set and you want to have either masks or the cut file for doing something else, what you want to do is to take the cover sheet, so basically the sheet which has all the images on it, put it on your scanner bed and cover it with a white piece of paper, and it will scan it into your software really, really well. Once you've got it in, you may find that the background is kind of greyed, so just open it up and colour correct that, which is really easy to do. And then import it into your cutter software and do a print and cut on it. It will be very easy to trace in your cutter software because it has crisp, sharp lines and a hopefully pure white background by the time you've done that. So you import it, trace it, and then do a print and cut. Now, there is a slight difference in the print and cut. So what I did for my print and cut was I printed the image as I normally would, and you can see there are some registration marks there, on my printer, as you would normally for a print and cut, just on normal paper. I then put that paper over the top of my actual printed images here on the correct side, by using a temporary self-adhesive spray. And I then, on top of that, I put some clear sticky back plastic, the clear vinyl that you get for book coverings and things, really cheap. Put it on there, and then I did the cut. So this is what happens. You kiss cut it, and I found on mine that it was easiest to do 2 passes of a very low pressure to get a very nice cut. And there are some images here that won't come out because those little lines, I forgot to remove them, so I'm not fussed about those, obviously. I can just scrape these off because I don't want those. But on every other image, I have my tiny, in this case, tiny little bone stamp, which has got its very own plastic coated mask. As I said, they're already adhesive, they're already in place over the items, and you can just store them like that, and then you know you've got the mask. And if you want to redo it, you can just redo a whole set very, very easily indeed, because you'll already have the file and you can just, you know, put the sandwich together and do it again. So I haven't had to reposition these, and you can see from the other side they're perfectly in alignment as well, which is quite something. The way that I actually got them perfectly in alignment was to put it onto my light box with the paper on top. But if you don't have a light box, just hold it up to the window and line them up, and they'll be exactly where you need them to be, all ready to use. How easy is that? But the real difference was actually just scanning that top image, because it's so much easier to scan. Today I'm using this animal set of stamps from Beebeecraft. Now they sent me a whole bunch of stamp sets to try out, and I really think this one is cute, and I have made some masks for them also. The stamps are on here, and these are the masks actually on the front. So I'm going to start off by doing a whole load of stamping and masking. So all masked off, and so what I need to do now is my colouring. What I'm going to do is just mask off this area here. Try and make sure I got it straight. I think that's straight. To do the actual carpet, I need a harsh line for this. And if I use a straight piece of paper, I'll get one. That worked quite nicely. So this one is Newsprout. So I'll take this one. And I can protect this part of the colouring by just putting this paper over, so that will stop an overlap of the colours, stop them merging. I think I'll use the sprout around the edges first of all, and I'll use a little bit of pistachio. There. So that's my inking up done, and I can remove all these masks now. I'll just pick them up, and I can put them directly back onto the area that they were on in the first place. Now I need to stamp a sentiment, and I want to make sure I get it A in the right place and B get it straight and whatever. So I'm just going to use my stamping placement tool here for this. That can go in, slot that in there, put a couple of magnets on, and I have a wishing you a happy birthday. So I think that is what I want it to be. There we are. There we go, that's better. I will do it a third time because I've got these magnets here, and they're probably, because this is close to the fold, it's probably stopping the stamp from going down fully. I won't be at all surprised. So I'll take those out and then stamp for the final time. That's better. Again, this is one of the Beebeecraft ones, and it comes with a whole load of different stamps. They sell the complete stamp set of 15 pages of stamps all in one parcel. So if you get a stamp set, you get an awful lot of stamps to use. I've got a load of banner stamps as well, and I've decided to put a little banner underneath the happy birthday. It's just the right size for that. So I'm going to use the Teal Zeal again. Because that's a greenish tone anyway, the colour will just be emphasised where it's got the colour on the background. And so I'm just going to position that underneath the happy birthday like that. There we go. I think that's quite sweet. I finished off the card. I used a glitter pen to just basically go over this stamp so that it makes it nice and glittery. Added a few basic shadows underneath the animals, did some little glitter on the necklaces and put a little black pen on a couple of noses. Stuck it onto my base card and that completes it. Hope you've enjoyed this card. Thanks for watching. Take care.